I joined a Harvard class for the plot twist of my life. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today is gonna be a good day. So this is gonna be a 7-day vlog, but it's not just gonna be a regular vlog of me in nature and y'all seeing what I do. This is gonna be a vlog with a theme. We are doing 7 days at Harvard. And you're probably like, bitch, you're in the Midwest. How are you gonna do 7 days at fucking Harvard? Well, as you guys know, a lot of schools do free online courses. So last night I enrolled in a class because for me, it was just giving me like a Legally Blonde moment. Class said it's gonna be a week long. I said that's perfect because I have a short attention span. So it's gonna give me discipline, consistency, and it's gonna help me get out of a cycle of doom scrolling. I'm doing a Harvard class on oracles, omens, and predictions because I feel like that just fits my aesthetic. I was raised by a psychic mom and grandmother, so I said that just feels right. So we're gonna see if I can finish this Harvard class in 7 days as the course manual says. Okay, so I decided instead of doing it on a couch, I need it to be a little bit more formal. I have my iPad connected to my keypad, which is in the form of a typewriter because I just love vintage like typing type shit. My notebook because, and just in case we need to take notes, I got tabs and I got a pen clearly, and I got these other notebooks because as you see, I'm just a stationery collector. My current read of the month, My Government Means to Kill Me by Rashid Newsom. I'm gonna finish that. Currently 8/13, Sunday, May 25th. That's when we are starting this class. And then I will show you guys. I already did the login and stuff like that. Okay, so here is my course, Predictions X, Omens, Oracles, and Prophecies. Also get certificates from here, which I probably will buy my certificate just to have framed and just to say I did it. Okay, so quick little update. I am learning about the casting of lots. You know, when it comes to stuff like omens, oracles, and prophecies, you know, people always use tools to, you know, predict future. You know, some people throw bones, some people read tarot cards, some people use oracle cards, some people open up the Bible to a random page, and whatever the page the Bible falls on, that's the message they need for the day. That's divination too, people. I already knew that, but just throwing that out there. You know, some people, when they go past and they see 3 red cards in the sign, they be like, oop, that's a sign. I'm learning on the casting of the lots right now. However, I just learned about the Aztec creation myth and how they believe that the gods in like Mesoamerica, the gods didn't like some of the powers that the humans have, because that's back in the days where like the heaven and the earth were really close. And long story short, the gods were like, honey, you guys are able to see and know too much. So they described it as, if you breathe too hard upon a mirror, you put a fog on the mirror. So the gods put a fog on mankind's eyes so they can't see into the future that clear, so they don't know what's to come. It's just an interesting creation myth, and I'm always open for everybody's like backgrounds and stuff like that. I like it so far. So pretty much it's just a lot of reading, and I'm not gonna even fake the funk. I have a hard time concentrating when I'm reading. So not only am I trying to concentrate while I'm reading, I'm trying to force my mind to be like, focus, bitch. So if any of y'all have problems focusing, just know y'all ain't the only one. So y'all, so I'm going for a walk today before I have to go to class.
Gang, gang.
Okay.
Okay, GD, talk.
Honey, this is Vice Lord.
It's not by the Lord.
I sure don't. Hallowed be thy name.
Thou kingdom come, thy that will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread. I'm waiting for that check. Give me my daily bread.
Forgive us
Forgive us of our trespasses.
and those we have trespassed, something like that.
They know not of what they do. Lean not on
Right with it, wrong with it.
But yeah, just going for a walk before going to class at Harvard. Harvard graduate here. You gotta be delusional, you know?
Okay, ain't no wrong with it.
Like you gotta be fake it till you make it. Oh, I'm gonna pray. Follow me a nice good tree to pray at. I've been doing this class and watching the videos because today is just a lot of videos. I've been doing this class since about 10/17. I got a late start, even though I could have started earlier. Procrastinator. But yeah, I got my notebook. I'm going to read from my book that I need to finish before June 1st. It's called My Government Means to Kill Me. I want to read this book to bring in Pride Month. And then I also have my journal because, you know, I got to get my emotions out. And this is just nice. Like I said, even though it's a free class, this is good discipline and consistency and just doing something that's outside of me. A bitch has been taking notes. I just take notes on the things I find fascinating and the things I didn't know about history because, like I said, I come from a spiritually inclined family of psychics and stuff like that. So when you're talking about omens, predictions, and shit like that, this shit interests me a lot. And like I said, I love learning about other people's history and culture, you know. Don't practice it. However, I love learning and being educated. So get back into class, and this is my update. And we're about to enter this one, which is a video on accuracy and verification, where they talk about the accuracy and verification of divination and all types of prediction services. Daddy. Jamie, look at my dad's pushing me. Hun, absent of the body.
And oxidative facials are her beauty secrets. And she also told Bernie Mac, self-care for me is protecting my peace. Learn to take me time. I usually go to the Beverly Hot Springs, and it's a natural alkaline spa. I get in that water.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys, for anybody who wants to do this themselves, you go to free Harvard courses. As you see, I already typed this in. And then you go to this one, pllharvard.edu. And then as you see right here, it's 133 free resources. And if it's for free, it is for me. And then these are all the types of classes that they offer. Lost Without Longitude. I'm probably going to do that one next. This is the one I'm currently in and I'm finishing up. Predictions, Omen and Oracles, and Prophecies. It's in the category of humanities. You see it's free, and this is how long it should take you to do this class. However, you can do it a lot faster and finish in 1 day, 2 days. And these classes go at your speed. So if you stop, it'll save your pace, and then you just come back when you're ready or when you want to do it. So yeah, you see certain classes have 11 weeks long and stuff like that. And once again, it goes on your speed. So this may say 11 weeks, but you may finish it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and so forth. And it just has so much stuff, like stuff for lawyers and stuff like that, legal classes. And of course, you ain't gonna get no real credits for a college course out of this, but this is good to put on your resume because knowledge learned is still knowledge acquired. Don't let nobody try to underplay you. You still gotta learn, and you still gotta pass some of these tests. You got like human anatomy classes, American Government Constitutional Foundation. You could tell they did a lot of these classes in response to the current administration and the fuck up shit they doing. U.S. policy, U.S. public policy, social, economic, and foreign policy. That's definitely in response to Trump. I definitely want to take some religious classes too, like Christianity through scriptures. Even though I'm not Christian, I would definitely like to look further into that. Oh, and quickly, if you wanted to say like, oh, I want to do this one, you just click on it. And then You see it's online, it's free. It gives you all the specifics and shit like that. It gives you a course description to learn more. And then it brings you to edx.org. You sign up, you make your profile on there, and then you advance your career, you start it. And if you want to get the certificate, the only thing on these you pay for is the certificate, because I'm assuming they want to recoup some type of profit for giving all this expensive knowledge and information, because they don't have to give these classes if they don't want to. So if you do get a certificate, when you do complete it, you have the option to buy your certificate, and then you get it online, and then you can print it out yourself. It's not something they mail to you. It would be nice if they mailed it and give you that nice card stock of a certificate, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, you get it online, you buy your certificate. The certificates, some of them go for $60, some of them go for $100, depending on the magnitude of the course, and you can print it out and frame it yourself. And like I said, it's not a college credit, because I mean, look at it, but it's good information. It's still the Harvard standardized learning to an extent, and also you can put it on your resume. So do with that what you will. And you know what I've realized, you guys? After taking this class, I'm going to take my vitamins real quick. I got vitamin D and magnesium. Since vitamin D, you need 10,000 and these are only 5,000, I take 2 of these a day. But getting back to like omens, oracles, and the Harvard class I've been taking, you know what I realized? A lot of us, even the religious who say they don't judge everybody but end up judging people, everybody has certain type of omens, prophecies, and superstitions they go by, especially black people. Like I always say, black people are just naturally superstitious, and we live in like such a spiritually enchanted world, even those of us who will not own up to it. And long story short, damn, don't need that many pills. Bitch gonna fuck around and overdose on magnesium and shit. Can you imagine overdosing on vitamins and shit? His ruling of death is health. Anyway, after taking that class, and don't get it twisted, a lot of the stuff in the class I already knew. However, it had a lot of wealth of knowledge. And as I look around my room and just my life and stuff like that, I have so many superstitions and omens and just stuff that naturally exist around me. Like, just for an example, on this messy ass dresser top, I have stuff like, I have my High John the Conqueror root, which is a spirit of protection for good luck and charms and stuff like that. You can do your own history on it. But I have a High John root. I carry around a Mercury dime. You can't tell. I don't think that did anything. I carry around a Mercury dime because that wards off, you pray over it, takes in the attacks before they get you and stuff like that. Kind of like how certain other cultures do, like the evil eye bracelets, how the evil eye will absorb the attack and then everything else will be fine, so forth, if you believe and if you have true enough intent. Let me take these vitamins real quick. Girl just finished taking my vitamins, looked out the window, had a package on my porch. Now, this is the shit I like. Like, I love a good package, and since I don't got nothing to open it with, we gonna use my gardening tools. I think this is a hoe. Recently got a brand deal with BMF, which is the 50 Cent TV show, Blowing Money Fast, the Mafia family. And I'll put a picture up right there I'll put a picture up right there if you don't recognize it. Long story short, and please believe that a brand deal came in at the perfect time, because it just awoken something in me that makes me want to be rededicated. Oh my God. So they done sent me something from the new season. This is what I'm talking about. This is the shit I like. So I'm going to open this and I'm going to get back to y'all. So today we are at the laundromat. It's the first Sunday of the month, so first Sundays of the month are a good time to cleanse everything. Your house, your clothes, everything good and new beginnings. It's June 1st. It's gonna be a good summer. I ain't never seen a laundromat that had a whole gaming system. But these be scams. You know why? Because they want you to continually put money in it, and you never get a good grip. Unless you're between my legs.
Like, how you gonna put this big ass stupid thing up? It makes sense. That's just there for showing you.
Like, look, he even looked tired.
Broken down and tired.
Look at this. Oh, here's an update nobody asked for on the free Harvard class I took that took 5 days. I finished it in 2 days. It's reading, taking notes, and watching videos on what you find interesting. As you guys already know, I took this class on Omens, Oracles, and Prophecies. And I don't want to be like one of those people who would be like, a lot of the stuff that they taught, I knew, because I would say out of 100% of it, 50% of it is stuff that like you already know in general, but the other 50% gave you a backstory that was very cool. So the first thing I want to say, so from a spiritual perspective, what I've learned is what a lot of us already know, spiritual, religious, whatever you are, a lot of y'all do divination and y'all just call it a different name. Divination has been done throughout the history and it continues to be done today. These are some of the notes I took. Like, for an example, when it comes to like the cosmos and celestial phenomenon, specifically comets, people of the old world thought comets were fire sent from the gods and was somewhat understood to be an ill-fated omen. And when you think of it from an old world perspective, I would think of that too if I existed back. A big ball of fire coming from the sky, oh, the gods is mad. So they looked at comets as an impending event. And then you go back to like the Shang dynasty, they did like oracle bone burning. You got divination in Christianity where throwing lots, which were sheep knuckles or dice. They spoke about Ifa, the Mesoamericans who did mirror gazing. And then you have astronomy, the Oracle of Delphi from Greek mythology. And then especially in the old world, you realize that divination was political. Because living in the uncertain world that they did, depending on the future that was foretold, good or bad, the results got people to act and bring a type of order and answer. And I mean, just to pinpoint how important certain comets and celestial events and divination were, a lot of people thought when Julius Caesar was killed, they believed the comet that was seen after his death was confirmation that his soul has been accepted among the gods. And I think they believed he might have became. In certain history, there was a time where early Christians would go to a book. I think they were like books in Coptic texts. And they go to a priest or a sage-like figure. And whatever page the book opened to, that was the message they needed. And I'm like, honey, the elders and certain old school black people, they be doing that today. They'll have a problem in their life or they need a message or what's the word of today. And they just let the Bible fall open. Divination. You know, go into spirit to get an answer within the physical. And like with the whole cast and lots thing, everybody's heard of that. But it's like, I didn't know sometimes they were sheep knuckles. You know, sometimes the Egyptians, they had these statues that they thought were divine. Because I love learning about different mythology, they told an in the beginning myth around the Mesoamerican people, where I'm going to summarize it. It's pretty much in the beginning, humans on Earth could see as well as the deities. They had vision that could penetrate great distances, if you know what I mean. And pretty much the gods didn't like that, so they did a type of breath on a mirror, aka they put a type of fog on humans' eyes, so they can no longer see in a penetrating way. Pretty much blocking a lot of humans' foresight and making it foggy where they can't penetrate through the spiritual world. And then you have different types of like predictive systems. So you have random, which is like naturally occurring. And that's more of like without a systematic predictability, without the intervention of humans. So an example of like a random predictive system would be, okay, a bird flies into your window and dies. You'd be like, oh, that's a sign of death. It's random because you had no control in it happening. Then you have like a predictive system called randomized, which is more like human initiated. I would say that's like tarot cards, casting of lots and shit like that, where you pretty much initiate it to produce a purpose or an understanding. But despite you producing it, the outcome is random for what you're going to get. And then you have like human, which would be an input from a diviner. So like an oracle or a psychic. And then of course you have non-random, which is through observation. Purposes like astronomy and the skies and that planet. Stuff that's like repeating or predictable. So a predictive system like core function is like an algorithm. You know, you observe the data first to make and like analyze a prediction. And you make the prediction and then you analyze and evaluate its accuracy. And last but not least, like I said once again, everybody does a type of divination, even if they call it a different name to make themselves feel better about it. So as you guys know, a bitch loves to junk journal. And since I recently completed a Harvard class, and yes, I'm about to milk this out for everything it's worth, because bitch is Harvard. I recently did a page. Oh, this is my Afrofuturism page. This is just so cute. I love this page. But look at, I did a page on the class I did in my junk journal. And just so y'all know, this is the grade I got on the homework. It was only one final test, and I got 2 wrong out of 14 questions. So, honey, a win is a win. And then I'm about to be starting, I didn't tape this down enough. I'm about to be starting my summer bucket list because this is a summer where I'm just trying all things that are outside of my comfort zone. With the aesthetic of this video being somewhat like spiritual, natural, I hate that my curtains are like that. Hold on one second. Anyway, so the fact that I took this spiritual Harvard class, and there's 2 other classes that coincide with this class on oracles, omens, and prophecies that I'm taking next, along with some law classes, and I'm also gonna do learning more about the government, just to, you know, you don't gotta get ready if you stay ready. So to end out this video, I want to end the video where I began, sitting on the floor in my living room. And after taking this class, and like I said, 50% of this class is stuff I already knew. The other 50% just gave me a backstory and a background and a historic knowledge on the stuff where I knew about it, but I didn't know the origins of where it came from. So I definitely appreciate this class. I will definitely be taking more free Harvard classes. Harvard is also not the only school that does this, so definitely do your research, look online, and find what fits for you. To end out this video, I wanted to do ways in which I use oracles, prophecies, and omens to guide my life, because everybody does. We just all do it to different extents. Some people get prophecies from the Bible, which is divination, whether they like it or not, like I said earlier. Other people use cards, some people use bones, other people use nature, other people use astrology, some people are psychic. It's a variety of things, but we all do divination in some form, even if we don't use that term because of the way the westernized audience has demonized it. Some of the ways that I get my signs and omens and stuff like that from the world, I stay with decks. If you black 101, a lot of black elders, they didn't use the tarot cards. However, you know how they read people? By using those playing cards, the same cards y'all play spades with? Yeah, grandmothers who were divine enough and had that third eye open, despite what you think, honey, they was using those cards as divination tools and tarot cards. You know, the ace of spades, 4 of hearts and stuff like that, they all have meanings. A lot of y'all grandmas was reading cards right in front of you and y'all think she was just playing pity pad. But anyway, I have like decks like this. This is a cord cutting deck, and pretty much this is an oracle deck, and it's not really divination. It's just like you pull a card and it has a mantra of something you should do actively within your life. So like, for example, I pulled this card. It says, don't answer, don't reply. So if you have a situation where somebody's texting and you feel like you need to get back to them, here's your answer of the day. These are like mantras, quotes, and things you can work on within yourself. That's why they're cord cutting, because they want you to cut cords from toxic behavior or things that may be hindering you that you be divulging into. So like, for an example, if we pull another one, this card is this one, and it reads the following: allow them to fade away. How many people we know need to fade away out of our life? I forgot where I got this from, but all my decks that I got that are like somewhat spiritual, woo-woo, magical, I get them all from black women. I get them from black businesses because I'm black. So I feel like I want black spiritualists to make my shit. It's just my personal opinion. But any deck with the right intention with your own personal power, it'll do the same shit. The business I got these from is a black-owned business called Pretty Spirits. Then you have the shadow work deck, which we all have a shadow side, and these are pretty much characteristics that you may need to work on. And when you get these in a reading, or if you're pulling them for yourself, what doesn't resonate with you, this is energy that's more than likely around you in a friend, a family, associate, a lover. So say for an example, after I do a reading my own energy, I'll pull a card like this one, right? I'll pull a card like this one, and this one reads judgmental. Well, everybody got somebody judgmental in your life. You ain't gonna get through this life without judgment. So you just apply this where, if this is within yourself, how do you deconstruct your judgmentalness so it doesn't come off so, or who around you do you feel judged by? So, and you start working within. Then I have what I call, these are called pocket omens or a pocket oracle. And these are just mini cards that have symbolism of like nature, plants, animals, and stuff like that. So I just keep them in my Crown Royal bag. I get these from my cousin because I don't drink. I usually pull one of these cards once. I do a card pull once a week, and I'll see how it shows up within my life. And sometimes don't shit show up, because not every time something's gonna show up. Or like, for example, a ladder. I'll look at this as the ladder, and I'll look at the symbolism within the ladder. How does that apply to my life? Or maybe somebody around me is climbing up the ladder financially, emotionally, spiritually. So sometimes what you pull doesn't always resonate with you. Sometimes it has to do with the people and the energy around you, because you know, energy is transferable. Yeah, these are called pocket oracles and stuff like that. I have these sound bowls that I fill with water, because you know, water is pretty much a portal. You just set it on here. My cousin Gabby got this for me for my appreciation party. Go check out that vlog. I love that. And you know, you just walk around your house and you just cleanse out the energy, because high enough frequency will chase anything out, especially that low vibrational shit. They don't like to hear no high shit or no bells. And I got bells on my doorknob. You see that? And it's just filled with water. And after you go around your house cleansing and stuff like that, you dump the water outside off your property and you're good to go. In conclusion, I want to thank you guys for my 7 days at Harvard. It was kind of all over the place. And I did finish the course after 3 days because it was so fast. And I was just like, I was in it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and continue to keep your post notifications on, because I will have a lot more vlogs, hot topics, you know, taboo topics to talk about, and just adventures I'm going on this summer, because this is a summer where I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone and I'm doing a summer of yes. Anything that makes me feel outside of my comfort zone within reason, I'm gonna do. So I want to thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time at the same time, same place. And once again, always look out for the omens, because ain't shit a coincidence.